Well, I tell you what, we have an absolutely perfect Midwestern afternoon for football, and EA Sports brings you coverage of the NFL from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson. And he's got the rookie from Oklahoma, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is brought in by Gibson. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
49.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Airing one out for Boyd. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's good for 28 yards.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. The quick slant caught, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Calvin Ridley, his 11th touchdown of the year, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on first down. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
49 the mic, 49 the mic. Get your swerve on. Watch out.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something?
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Being chased. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check 43.
2nd and 13. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Defense, let's go. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Down to lose 1.
They'll drop the throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Again, Geis, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Darius Geis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll look to throw here on first down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. That one caught by Gibson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And all of a sudden they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it and avoids the contact by sliding. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1.
That's what I do. He's checking.
They'll run here with Bernard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now left side on the swing pass. Past the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. That's it. 49.
They're going to look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now a toss. This is Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darquez Denard. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. 49. 49's the mic. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! 49's the mic. Watch 49. Go.
Now back to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 20-yard touchdown. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. He threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Steps away to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Bernard. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Bernard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 18. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, but it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, he's got his running back, Darius Geis. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Play action, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. One. Get one.
2nd and 10. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun, it's Jackson. Roberts has it. Oh, he's got some break. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Sponge, no.
Jackson. Able to find his running back, Geis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On the double. Go, go. Here we go, G. Plus 4. Slam.
On the ground, Geis, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens cut into that lead. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now he's forced out right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 10. On 1st down, Bernard. Room here to run. That one good for 37 yards. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
36.
Here's Bernard. A beautiful fake. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.